o'clock, confessed school shooter Nikolas Cruz was back in court this afternoon, mere hours after this morning's marches.
Also there, a number of the victims' family members. CBS 4's Carrie Codd was in court for today's hearing. So, Carrie, what happened?
Well, Ruta Van Elliott, one of the largest criminal courtrooms here at the Broward County Courthouse behind me, was nearly filled today with families of the victims and survivors. Media and attorneys were also present, and a very large law enforcement presence as well. Everyone was focused on these initial steps in the criminal case against Nikolas Cruz. Some wept, some wore ribbons and buttons in remembrance of their loved ones. Others wore MSD Strong bracelets and shirts. All the victims and their families in the 7th floor courtroom at the Broward County Courthouse Wednesday sat together in solidarity, united in their grief and in their desire to see confessed school shooter Nikolas Cruz punished. Cruz entered the courtroom with Broward Sheriff's deputies everywhere. At least 18 uniformed deputies guarded the courtroom. Then Judge Elizabeth Shearer began to read the charges against Cruz.
You've been charged by indictment in count 1 of the indictment with murder in the first degree of Luke Hoyer, a first-degree felony punishable by up to death.
Defense attorneys agreed to waive the reading of all 34 charges of murder and attempted murder against Cruz for the massacre at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. The judge then entered a not guilty plea on Cruz's behalf as defense attorneys renewed their offer to have Cruz accept responsibility for the deadly school shooting and plead guilty.
We would just like to advise the court and the state of Florida that at any time Mr. Cruz is willing to enter a plea of guilty on all 34 counts, consecutive life sentences, in exchange for the waiver of the death penalty.
The prosecution did not respond. Prosecutors announced on Tuesday they intend to seek the death penalty against Cruz. Also in the courtroom, Cruz's brother Zachary, who wiped away tears, as well as the woman the Cruz brothers lived with for a time after their mother died, Roxanne Deschamps. The issue of the estate of Cruz's late mother dominated part of the hearing as the judge tried to determine if Cruz qualifies for the public defender. He has assets from his mother, like a bank account with more than $10,000 in it, several shares of Microsoft stock, and other funds, like a life insurance policy.
She had a $50,000 life insurance policy that was to be split between Nikolas Cruz and Zachary Cruz.
Those issues will be sorted out later. One of the people in the courtroom, Royer Borges. His son Anthony was shot 5 times at the school and is credited with saving the lives of more than a dozen students that tragic day. Borges said his son faces a long road ahead.
He's responding well to everything, with a lot of pain, but it's 5 bullet wounds, so it's little by little. It's not going to happen quickly. We have to concentrate with the family and keep praying. We thank everyone for their prayers.
His voice was one of many on a day when the reality of the criminal case against this man and the full accounting of his actions took its first major steps. Attorneys will return to court next month to sort out the finances here and whether Cruz has enough funds to hire a private attorney. The criminal case then will return to court at the end of April.